It's election night here in California. Taking a live look right now at the state capitol in Sacramento as results keep pouring in for the race for California's next governor, as well as other races statewide and here locally. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. The front runners for this race are Democrats Javier Becerra and Republican Steve Hilton, with Democrat Tom Steyer in third place. Let's take a look at the latest numbers right now. You can see that Steve Hilton is in the lead with 27% of the vote, following closely behind Javier Becerra with 26% of the vote, 50% reporting at this time. Billionaire Tom Steyer with 20% of the vote. Now, these are just preliminary numbers with 50% reporting. Officials have said we may not know exactly who will move on to the November ballot until Friday, but so far it does look like Hilton and Becerra will be the top two vote getters.
And we have team coverage tonight from the candidates' campaigns. First, we're going to go live to Jenny Huh, who just heard from one of the leading candidates, Javier Becerra. Jenny.
Hey, good evening to you both. It's been a long day, it's been a long night, but at this point, we've heard from all of the gubernatorial candidates. And like you said, still preliminary results, but those three leading candidates, that's the common theme we've heard in the days and weeks leading up to the election. So the big question obviously is which two of those three leading candidates will be advancing to the November general election. Early results indicate it's likely to be Republican Steve Hilton and Democrat Javier Becerra. So it was a very celebratory mood here on the ground at the Becerra campaign election night watch party. Becerra, as a son of immigrants, really emphasized his immigrant story, how his parents moved to America with very little money, but still created a better life for their kids in California, and that he is hoping to do the same for families just like his. Becerra also emphasized that he indeed once was the underdog in the fight for governor, but that, like his parents, he never gave up. And look where he is now. He is one of the front runners that emerged out of the ashes, really, in this gubernatorial race. Take a listen to what he had to say.
A campaign fueled by little more than grassroots support, some sweat equity, and the full faith and confidence that California is always worth the fight. Almost immediately, he's counted out, an afterthought, overlooked by many, outspent by a ton, even called along the way to drop out and save us all the trouble. Well, guess what? The underdog stayed in the fight.
So again, as you heard from the candidate directly himself, the underdog stayed in the fight. That is the momentum Becerra has seized ever since Swalwell's exit from the race, and that is the momentum he has continued to ride. So again, as results come in and as more votes are counted, only time will tell whether Becerra will be, in fact, one of the two candidates to advance into November. So a lot to track there. For now, live in downtown Los Angeles, I'm Jenny Huh for News 8.
Thanks so much, Jenny. Our Richard Allen is in Huntington Beach with Steve Hilton and his supporters, with whom he addressed about an hour ago.
Richard, what's the vibe there tonight? Steve Hilton looked pretty jubilant a little earlier in his fancy jacket.
That's right, Carlo and Marcella. It's been a huge night of celebration here at the Steve Hilton camp up in Huntington Beach. And of course, while not all the votes have been counted at this point, it looks promising that this is shaping up for a race between Republican Steve Hilton and Democrat Javier Becerra. You can see that celebration has died down a little bit. Some folks are still hanging out here, but as you mentioned, Hilton took to the stage in that fancy jacket earlier tonight, promising enthusiastic supporters that change is coming to California. He pumped up the crowd with plans to make California more affordable for working-class families, more friendly to small businesses trying to start out. And another message he hammered home is that he is here for all Californians, no matter if they voted for him in the primary or not, giving a special shout out to younger voters. Take a listen to this, you guys.
And so to every young person watching in California, whether you voted for me or not tonight, I just want you to know that I see you. I believe in you. I know that you can do it. I know that we can do it. We can make California a place where when you work hard, it's not just a struggle.
And he ended it by saying the fight starts tomorrow. Now, keep in mind, the big question now is, can a Republican win statewide in November? We haven't had a Republican governor since Arnold Schwarzenegger was reelected back in 2006. the next 5 months could be very interesting. We should be getting some answers. Carlo and Marcella.
Richard Allen reporting live from Huntington Beach, where one of the top two, he's got the most votes right now, Steve Hilton. He's feeling pretty good. Thanks, Richard. All right, now we're going to hand things over to Alex Bell in San Francisco with Tom Steyer's campaign.
Alex, how's everyone feeling over there? I'm guessing a little bit deflated.
You know what? I'll be honest. Tom Steyer took the stage and he got a massive round of applause. People very energized about this campaign. Really, his team saying, don't count us out yet. There's still a long way to go in this race. A lot of polls still need to be counted. Look, he even walked out to Tom Petty's "I won't back down," and I think that was the key message to his supporters. Another thing that he really talked about was affordability. Again, we know this has been front and center of his campaign, but he said, look, California is just becoming unaffordable to live in. The wage gap is getting bigger and bigger, and that really, the wealthy should be paying their fair share, not by charity, but by law. And speaking of money, he also said money talks in this race. He talked about all the corporations like PG&E who've spent billions of dollars coming after him throughout his campaign. But I will say, I don't think people were deflated here tonight. I think that they are very energetic. They're really backing Tom Steyer. And I think Tom Steyer took the stage really in confidence, saying, again, look, don't count us out. I'm not going to back down. And there is a long way to go in this race. So we'll see what happens. But for now, reporting in San Francisco, Alex Bell, CBS 8.
All right, great to hear that they are still optimistic and hopeful that maybe he can overcome some of that gap in the votes and take the one of the top two spots.
We'll see what happens. Thanks, Alex.
Another Republican contender is Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco.
Our Steffi Rocha has been in Eastvale with the sheriff and his supporters.
Well, at this point in the night, a lot of people have cleared out at Sheriff Chad Bianco's gubernatorial watch party, but there still is a bit of hope and optimism here. Sheriff Chad Bianco spoke with me earlier. I asked him about how he is currently polling and his thoughts as we went into election night. Do you think President Trump's endorsement of Steve Hilton had any impact on your campaign or the current polling number?
I think it had a both. I think it affected both ways. There, on the Democrat side, on the no party preference, there's no one in the world. There is no world imaginable where Steve Hilton wins in the November election.
After the polls closed at 8, Sheriff Bianco spoke to the room of supporters and said he is staying optimistic. Take a listen.
I'm either going to be your next governor or I'm still going to be your sheriff. I will make absolutely sure that Sacramento hates me and you all love me.
But again, the vibe here isn't doom and gloom just yet. People, they are dancing. People were doing the Footloose dance earlier tonight. So again, people are trying to stay hopeful, but I'll send it back to the desk for now.
Thanks, Steffi. Back here in San Diego County, Supervisor Jim Desmond is declaring victory in the primary race to represent California's 48th Congressional District.
Here's a look at the numbers right now. Jim Desmond has 41% of the vote right now. Democrat Marnie Von Wilpert second with 20%. Amar Kemp-Najjar, another Democrat, at 10%. The good news, if you're a Democrat looking at this, is that the aggregate still looks pretty good. But Jim Desmond had a very strong performance here in that new district that was specifically designed to give Democrats a better chance to win in the November election. And
former City Council member Marnie Von Wilpert is going to have her work cut out, because if you add up those three, they don't even equal up to what Jim Desmond got tonight with 53% reporting. So that will be a very close race. Watch not only here in our region, in the state of California, but also nationwide. Big implications for the U.S. House. At the same time, celebrations for Chula Vista Mayor John McCann right now. You can see he is in a comfortable lead at 60%. He is running for re-election against Francisco Tamayo and Yair Gersten. So it looks like it'll be a runoff between McCann and Tamayo right there.
That race was cause for celebration for Republicans at a GOP watch party downtown.
And that is where we find News 8's Esmeralda Perez, who is joined by Mayor McCann right now. Esmeralda?
Oh, that's right. And things are starting to wrap up here at the Republican election night watch party. And that's right. You said it. We have right here incumbent Mayor John McCann. How are you feeling seeing those early results come in?
Well, we're just very thankful to the voters of Chula Vista. We have a great quality of life, one of the safest cities in the county, and I really appreciate them coming out and voting for me.
What do you believe contributed to voter supports that we're seeing here in this early results?
Again, I am there to serve, and we are there to increase the possibility for affordable housing, making sure that our city is a safe city, and ultimately we've gotten 25% of the homeless off our streets. So we've provided results, and we haven't been able, or we're just focusing on serving the citizens.
If this lead holds, what should the community of Chula Vista expect to see?
Well, no matter what I get, even if we get over 50% of the vote, we still have to go to a general election. So they're going to see me again on the ballot in November, but I'm here to serve, and every day I work harder to be able to serve our community.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. And like I mentioned, things are starting to wrap up here at the Republican Election Night Watch Party. I'm going to go ahead and send things over back to you.
Thanks so much, Esmeralda.
Thanks, Esmeralda. Looks like they're pretty happy over there. Okay. On the other side, News 8's Jenny Day is with Democratic supporters in Point Loma.
Jenny, how are things over there right now?
Things are still alive and well here, truly. It's calmed down, of course, a little bit, but I'm still keeping a close eye on those results before everyone does head to bed. So I'm joined now live by the chair of the Republican Party, also Kent Lee, with San Diego City Council. Did I say of the Republican Party? Of the Democratic Party. I want to make that very, very clear. We are here at the Democratic Watch Party, again, here at Liberty Station at Stone Brewing. So Will Rodriguez Kennedy, talk to me about some of these early results and how you're feeling.
Well, it's strong. I mean, we saw a good turnout for the Democratic Party. We have really strong wins. We protected our incumbent in District 6. We are about to send a new city council member to District 2 and District 8. So it's really good for our party.
As you mentioned, Nicole Crosby is over here to my left, the District 2 candidate representing the coastal community, you hope, of course, in November. Talk to me about those top priorities and what you would like to make happen on the city council.
The coastal communities in all of Claremont is really hoping that we just get back to basics. We're looking at making sure that our forward-facing services like bathrooms and streets and streetlights are working, and homeless are giving homes.
Talk to me about your qualifications and why you want to run.
I'm a longtime deputy city attorney. I have prosecuted
I believe we're having
gun
some
violence,
technical
hate crimes,
difficulties
domestic violence, elder abuse, and really making sure that I'm standing up for victims in our community. And I'm a PTA president at my daughter's school, and I'm the immediate past president of the Claremont Town Council. So really, being forward-facing and showing up in your community is essential.
Appreciate your time. Kent Lee, you've been on the San Diego City Council. We could have some new members come November. So talk to me just about your top priorities still and what could happen with District 8 and District 2.
Well, we look forward to having new colleagues. And at the end of the day, I think we're all facing the same challenges in San Diego that we want to address. Cost of living is at the top of the list for most folks, and the reality is we got to do something different. And we recognize that. It's our opportunity to try to figure out how we face those challenges together, and I'm looking forward to working with some new colleagues to do just that.
Live TV, the lights just went out here, but we have more left to say, my friends. So let's just end with District 48. That's been a big one. What does Von Wilpert need to do to potentially beat Desmond?
Well, she needs to unite the party. She has a number of people who she ran against, and now it's incumbent on the winner to bring everyone together. And then she has experience in flipping districts just like this, Republican districts she's done the thing that we're asking her to do. So I'm looking forward to doing that with her.
Appreciate all of you. Again, you know it. We have had coverage across the entire state. For now, though, we are live from the Democratic Watch Party. Guys, back to you.
Jenny, thanks so much. Our election coverage doesn't stop here. We're going to check in on the governor's race results and later on the hot mayoral race in Los Angeles.